Hello, viewers, to our next episode of the Broke Talk Show, sponsored by Chartered Buying, and I'll be your host for today. My name is Faiq. We were in Dubai in our previous event, and today we have moved to London. And why we are trying to do that is to make sure that we try to bring in global expertise, best-in-class procurement experts. I'm excited to be joined by a highly accomplished procurement expert who has worked in leading organizations and transformed many procurement functions through his consulting experience. Mr. Rich Sains. He's a founder of Akada Tech, which helps procurement leaders to solve many of the challenges they face in today's complex environment. There's a lot of pressure on going digital, on doing the digital practices, implementing them, but how to start, where to start, what best practices to implement, what are the steps to implement those. And trust me, it's not just technology. It requires cultural, technological, and operational shift. So welcome, Rich, and the floor is all yours.
So the 7 steps to a successful digital transformation in procurement. And we have a digital procurement roadmap that supports this and covers these steps. But number 1 is define your strategy. So think about the specific goals and objectives that you're looking to achieve through your digital transformation. Part of that is thinking about the measurable outcomes that you can achieve through this process. So reduce cycle time, better stakeholder experience. What is it you're looking to achieve? You need to, at this stage, also get access to the capital and resources that you need in order to conduct the transformation. So there's obviously whatever your organization demands, business case, that type of thing. Step 2, assemble a great team. So think about the skills that you're going to require for that and who could bring those skills. Obviously there's some digital skills that would be involved. And as we said, there's lots of digital natives coming into the workplace, so they're well placed to understand that digital side of things. Process people, so people who can really map out all the processes that you've got. The relationship builders, so people can help with the change management side of things. And you really want to be making this team a cross-functional team. So as part of that, you want to be identifying the influencers, the advocates for procurement, and maybe working with some difficult stakeholders if that's appropriate as well. And maybe thinking around whether there's some suppliers that you could be involving in the process if this is a systems change that will touch suppliers, because obviously they'll be key users, and we don't want to make sure that their views are left out at this point. Step 3 is to do a full process review. So really look at all the different processes that you have within procurement and be quite ruthless in eliminating processes that no longer meet your needs. Looking if there's opportunities to automate or if there's opportunities to delegate, which in this situation might mean that a different team should be undertaking that process. You want to be looking at all the different touch points, trying to reduce the number of touch points where possible, and really think about those sort of people impacts and the data impacts as well, and look at all the pain points and come up with a bit of a list there. Step 4, identify technology. So this involves the sort of scouting for technology, looking at the market, looking at what's out there that could sort of support you in the different areas. Maybe looking for some quick wins as well. If there's, say if you're doing a lot of paper signatory, then getting an electronic signatory may be a quick win that you could implement there. Step 5 is the building your implementation plan. So that's looking for there's some proof of values that you could be running to accelerate the process and to get some learnings very quickly. Ideally, your implementation plan covers you over a number of years. You don't really want it to be that you're doing a one-off process. This should be sort of continual involvement, continual evolution. I guess a challenge to say, at the same time, you don't want to be trying to do too much in a short period of time. So don't try to boil the ocean, but don't go too slow either. Obviously, you want to be making sure that we're getting a value as quickly as possible. And then the last part of that is to obviously start that implementation. Step 6, I guess, as part of the implementation is really making sure that we've got a good handle on change management. Potentially, if we're doing proof of values, or even if we're doing wider rollouts, making sure we're piloting with friendly stakeholder areas, or less friendly stakeholder areas, if there's sort of challenging areas where you could get more learnings quicker, then if you're sort of brave enough, then definitely go for that. I think as part of the change management, we want to make sure that we're communicating right. We need to communicate often, need to be gathering feedback, listening, especially if it's a pilot process, listen and learn for that wider rollout. And then I guess a key part of change management as well is to make sure that we're communicating the objectives that we're looking to achieve and make it relevant to the teams that we're communicating to. And step 7, last step, is that continuous improvement piece. So this isn't a one-time exercise. This is something that we should be doing ideally on a continuous basis, ongoing. As I said earlier, making sure that if there's a system that we're swapping out, we've got the ability to sort of swap in and out with this SaaS model. So we should be taking that as much as possible, and using your KPIs that you identified in step 1 as part of your strategy, tracking against those. Is this still improving things? Is it still meeting the need that we identified originally? Tracking that and measuring against that, and then using that to identify opportunities for change on an ongoing basis. So those are the 7 steps.
That's very insightful, and trust me, I can relate to one of the most important points that you have highlighted is the change management when the implementation starts. And that's where a lot of people, a lot of stakeholders start to get nervous, because you have people who have continuously worked with a technology, you get accustomed to the processes, and now there's an implementation of a latest system, new module. There are people experts in the previous technology that was used in the organization. So a change is something that a lot of people get nervous about. So change management is something that has to be handled very carefully. I totally agree with your point. And before even starting, one of the points that you mentioned, which is a third step, is a full process review. What we want to achieve is one part, but where are we at this point of time? What is the maturity assessment? A full process review will actually help. Where are we standing at this point of time? And what is already in their system and what has to be improved? What are the best practices that can guide on this front? So thank you very much once again, Reg. Thank you to all our viewers who have looked forward to this episode on the technology, on the digitization front. And we hope you like the show, and we're looking forward to bring many more best practices, things that are happening globally at this point of time in procurement through the Pro Talk show. Thank you very much for joining once again. We wish you all the best. Until then, bye.